Hey everybody, I'm Ducky.
I'm Rose.
And welcome back to Collecting Together. We have some cartoon pops for you guys. Yeah.
So the first one we have is from South Park, and it is Professor Chaos.
Yeah, Butters is, like, I'm pretty sure he's my favorite character from South Park. I love Butters. He's so funny.
He's so goofy, and he's
so gullible and everything, and they just
he's
take
just not
advantage of
mean.
him. And like even like his little poof hair makes me laugh. But yeah, I like Butters.
Yeah, that poor kid. He gets a raw deal all the time.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get some more South Park pops.
Yeah.
At first I really didn't want them, but now I do.
Something else that has grown on you.
Yeah.
So what we have next is from Gravity Falls, and it's Bill Cipher.
Yeah, Gravity Falls is like one of the more recent cartoons that I actually watched.
Yeah.
And after I watched it, like, I love this show. Like,
It's become one of your favorites.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's one of the few shows you can keep watching over and over and over again.
I don't even know how I started watching it. I guess I just came across it and
I think a niece or nephew might have mentioned it, or someone.
I think I heard the theme song. I heard it somewhere and I liked it, and I didn't know what it was from. So I looked it up and I found out what it was from, so that's how I would to go find it. But it's really good. Even the theme song itself is really good. But yeah, good show. Really like it.
He's on such a big stand too.
Yeah.
So next up, we have Dipper Pines, and he's got the little book, the journal. We're only missing one out of this set.
Yeah, there was a chase,
Out of the chase.
For Cypher.
And for Dipper.
Well, oh yeah, there's like a ghost Dipper, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're like into like science fiction or anything like that, or like mystery type shows, like maybe even
fantasy,
like X-Files type deal, like this is a really good show. Like there's like an overall mystery going on, and then there's some episodes where there's like mini mysteries and stuff. But
oh, I know how we found out about this. Your little sisters would keep watching it. That's how we found out. So, what we have next is Mabel.
Yeah. At first, I couldn't stand her voice, but now, like, I can't imagine the character with any other voice.
Yeah, that lady does so many voices.
Yeah, she does the only other one I know is Louise on Bob's Burgers.
Like, she's everywhere.
Yeah. They should make a pop for Zeus
And
Wendy. Yeah, those would be good pops.
I mean, they're the ones that are there all the time.
Yeah, they should make
they didn't.
like a 6-inch of the cabin.
Oh.
That'd be cool.
Oh, like from the Weird Mageddon.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool too. Like that could be a pop ride.
Yeah.
But I was thinking even just like the cabins they have could be like a 6-inch pop.
Yeah, they make stuff like that from time to time.
Yeah.
So next up, we have from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the first one is Leatherhead. It's from one of those specialty series.
Yeah. So I looked it up, and from what I found, the specialty series is like there's a few select pops from Funko, and they'll like send send the design to specific stores, so it's kind of like exclusives almost.
Yeah, they're limited quantities.
Yeah, look, he has like little lobsters on his belt. Crawfish.
Yeah, I was about to say it was probably crawfish.
So, Turtles, I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's definitely my favorite show of all time. Like, I can remember watching it when I was, you know, a little youngin'. Like, you know, even way back when I remember watching that show.
And it's even something I watched as a kid, too.
Yeah, and like, I've actually sat down and watched every single episode of the original series. And it was quite a chore. Especially after, I think, like, season 4, I think. You know, it gets so repetitive and it's kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, well, there's only so much you can do before you start repeating yourself until you come up with new ideas.
And that show ran a lot longer than I thought. I mean, that show had 10 seasons.
And
I think it ended like in 97, 98.
Yeah.
So that show's going on a lot longer than I thought.
They did a good job with it. They really did. Next up is Baxter Stockman.
Oh yeah.
Is there a crane?
No, there's no crane. They should make a 6-inch though.
Yeah, that surprises me. Since Baxter's in here, but not Crane and Leatherhead.
Man, I love Turtles. Like some like they paid a lot of like I guess respect to pop culture. You know, they had a lot of pop culture in the show.
I like the wings.
Yeah. So like a lot of stuff like one of my favorite movies is the original Frankenstein from the 30s, and I never watched it until I was a little older, and like in the Turtles show, like that's the first time I heard it's alive, you know, when Shredder is making the body for Krang, and like, you know, Baxter Stockman's from The Fly and stuff, and then you know, they do a lot of stuff like that. Like they're always talking about monster movies, you know, the Alien has the killer pizzas, you know. You know, a lot of similar stuff. You know, a lot of pop culture shoved in there.
So, speaking of Shredder. Shredhead.
Would you be intimidated by a guy that calls himself the Shredder?
No. I would think that he might be a surfer? Maybe?
Surfer?
Oh, that's how people say it, like you're shredding waves.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a good looking pop. It's got a lot of stuff down on there. I wish his helmet was a little bit better though. Like I wish this was actually raised further up.
Oh.
And had a gap in between.
Yeah, like cool. In the show?
Yeah. Oh man, the cool thing about Shredder is that he's voiced by James Avery.
Oh yeah.
Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince. So that was always cool.
So now on to the Turtles. And first up we have Michelangelo.
I just noticed he has his tongue sticking out. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I remember like in early 2000s when they made a new Turtles show. I was kind of surprised they did.
Oh, yeah.
And then like now they have like 4, like probably 5 by now new Turtle shows. And these turtles look pretty good. They actually did a good job. Except his nunchucks, I don't know why, they're like really long.
You know what? One thing I really, really didn't like about those Michael Bay movies was how they made the turtles look.
Oh yeah.
Like, I really didn't like how Donatello looked.
They just had so much like stuff on them. Like,
yeah, that too. But Donatello should look pretty close to his brothers because he's still trained to be a ninja, but just because he's smart he has to look like he can't.
Did he? I just
Yeah.
remember them all like having a bunch of junk on them like all the
Yeah,
time.
and then Raphael was like super, super overly bulked up, and it's just like,
Yeah.
why? Because you want to do stereotypes? I don't know. I didn't like those movies. I don't think they were good at all. So, next up we have Donatello.
Donatello does machines.
He was an interesting character.
Yeah. I used to watch a lot of those the special features for the DVDs, and the guy that voiced Donatello was talking, and like he sounds pretty much the exact same. Like, you know, voice actors that kind of like, you know, try to sound different from their normal talking voice.
Some of them.
Yeah, the guy that does Donatello, he pretty much just sounds the same.
Yeah. Next up is actually my favorite turtle, and it's Leonardo.
I liked Leonardo like in the beginning of that series, the original show.
Yeah.
But like as it went on, he just kind of just had the one trait of being a leader, so he was kind of like nagging a lot of the time.
Well, at first it made sense as to why he was leader. But at a certain point, it's just like, okay, well, what else is there about you?
Yeah, I liked the episode. One of my favorite Leonardo episodes was when he was going to an arcade and he gets like addicted to playing an arcade game. And like all the other turtles are like, you know, trying to have an intervention with him about it. That was a pretty fun episode.
Yeah. So the last one we have is Ducky's favorite, and that's Raphael.
Oh
Like, I like how he can be really standoffish, but also kind of play around with Michelangelo and kind of be a goofball just as much.
Well, that's how he was in the original the original show. He was like just more of a sarcastic, you know, turtle, and now he's like supposed to be like a turtle with an attitude.
Which kind of goes against it anyway, because they're supposed to be brothers anyway.
Yeah, I don't. I think they made that trait for him in the 1990 movie. I think that's when they started doing that.
Yeah. Like, you understand why they'd fight because they are brothers, but like...
Yeah, Raphael was just like angry for no reason all the time.
Yeah.
I guess he was a typical teenager.
Well, teenagers aren't even that angry as they made him.
Do you have any favorite villains from that turtle show?
I don't think so.
No.
Not really. I like when they go into that turtle planet, though.
Invasion of the Turtleoids, I think it's called. Yeah.
Or the two aliens, they're in that flying car or whatever.
Oh yeah, the
Starlings.
no, it's called Hot Rodding Teenagers from Dimension X. Yeah, we really need to get a cowboy. We need to get a Rocksteady and Bebop.
Yeah.
And then they definitely need to make a Krang, like a 6-inch Krang. That'd be really cool. And then,
Is there an April?
Yeah, there's an April. There's a Splinter too. We don't have them. But they should make a 6-inch Krang in the suit, and then a regular Krang outside of the suit, and then a Krang in the Bubble Walker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there April's friend?
Arma?
Yeah.
No.
She's in a lot of episodes too, and Vern.
Burn, and then Burn. Vernon and Burn. Yeah, pretty much everyone at Channel 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're in so many episodes, you would think that they would do it.
Yeah, just like with the original show, how they made so many toys back in the day for the show, toys of everything. I know there was like a toy of like that wasn't even a character from the show; it was a character in the show, like in a show in the show, like a show that they watched. They made a toy of.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do that with these pops.
Yeah, there's like so many, like the Rat King. They can make one of those.
I
Irma,
forgot
everybody
about
at Channel
guy.
6. Like, and then they had like so many random one-off villains, and that they could just make more. Like the Rock Soldiers. That'd be a good 6-inch pop.
Yeah.
But yeah.
At least one foot soldier.
There's a lot of foot soldiers, like different colors.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you guys like Gravity Falls? And if you do, who's your favorite character? If you guys like turtles, who's your favorite turtle? Who's your favorite villain?
And which is your favorite pop? And what pop are you looking for?
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.